Good morning and welcome to the Enea Gdynia Ironman 70.3 2020. Now it is the 6th of September and this has been a very long awaited sporting event. It of course was meant to happen last month, but with a little bit of short notice we are now here today. Now, so far, I won't update you on the results just yet. We'll leave that as a little bit of a surprise. However, some of our top athletes, which we would suppose to be in the top 10 right now, have actually fallen back a little bit. And in first place, it is a bit of a surprise. But like I say, we'll come to that a little bit later. However, if you are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, go to the Ironman Gdynia Facebook page and comment below who you think is in with a good chance of winning today. Okay, you can check out the pro list online at the Ironman Gdynia website. So go there, check it out, let us know in the comments who you believe is in with the best chance of winning today. Now, like I say, 6th of September, we are a little bit having a late season for the Ironman. But the good news is this is one of the few Ironmans that has taken place this year. We've had the pandemic and we've been lucky enough to actually get a start this year. Now, last year we saw this happen at the start of August, so we are a bit of a 1 month delay. However, when we talk about the weather conditions are pretty much fantastic today. We have to say, last year it was around about 24 degrees, sun was blazing. So it was pretty hot for the competitors. However, this year we have a nice mild 14, 15 degrees here in Gdynia. And for those that haven't been to Gdynia, we're based in Poland, at the north of Poland, right on the coast. Behind me, as you can see, we've got the shipyard, fantastic views, sandy beaches. It's a fantastic place, really family orientated city. And in just a few moments, we will be looking at a few highlights from last year as well. Now, last year, we did have some different competitors. One in particular that many people will know is Jan Frodeno, who then went on to become the world champion for the 2019 in Kona in Hawaii. But Jan Frodeno did also start here and finished in first place, which was amazing. And of course, last year, it was a little bit of a different scenario. Behind me, as you see, we have the spectator stands. This year, unfortunately, completely empty due to the pandemic and due to the regulations that we've had to put in place. So when the athletes come to the finish, it's not going to be the most enthusiastic finish. However, we have a fabulous DJ who is probably, you can hear right now, pumping the tunes in the background. And of course, we do have some, let's say, fake or pre-recorded round of applause when the finishers come through the finish line. So we will try to build the same atmosphere as we did last year. However, as you guys know, all around the world, the pandemic has hit us in different places and kind of different ways, let's say. Here in Poland, we've been very lucky and generally life is very normal as it can get for the moment. However, those in Italy and Spain are basically realizing something a little bit different. However, today, when we do have the pro list come up on the screen in just a few minutes, you will see some of the names. Now, we are situated in Poland. However, there's only a handful, not even a handful, let's say a couple of Polish pro athletes on the schedule for today. And a little bit disappointed, let's say. Come on, we're in Poland, but what can we do? Most of the athletes are we have a huge number from Germany, also from Spain, Sweden, Italy, Scandinavia. So all Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Portugal. We have a big variety of pro athletes preparing here today. And the great news is lots of them have been awaiting this. Now, we only knew maybe 3-4 weeks ago that we were approved and could go ahead with this event. and the pros have been anticipating an Ironman basically since April. Now we are finally here, and I think for a lot of these athletes, it's long overdue, and they are very excited to give one of their best performances today. However, like I said, looking at the results at the moment, if you're online and you know where to go to get the results, then you will see for yourself exactly what I mean. I'll just click the refresh button now, but generally the results are very disappointing for a select few, which are going to be some of the best. Up on the screen, you do have some of the highlights coming up right now, and these are the highlights from last year.
Marzenie dzisiaj. Jestem przeszczęśliwy, że udało mi się to zrobić w Gdyni. Kocham te zawody i tu jest zawsze najlepiej, a spełniać marzenia oczywiście najlepiej jest miejsca, które się kocha, tak? Jest pięknie! Serwis kochany, Gdynia kochacie również!
energia!
Sport to charakter.
Sport to rywalizacja.
Sport to piękne widoki.
Sport to tylko młodość.
Sport to współpraca.
Sport to biznes.
Sport to radość.
Sport to społeczność.
W logistyce, podobnie jak w sporcie, najważniejsza jest synchronizacja. W VGL Group wiemy, jak ogromne znaczenie ma precyzja i zgranie zespołu. Jesteśmy wiodącym polskim operatorem logistycznym, realizującym zlecenia na całym świecie. Patrzymy dalej, widzimy więcej, dostarczamy pewniej. VGL Group.
Years. Behind each step, bike ride, stroke, drop of sweat, achievement, defeat, because they're part of the game too. 40 years of experience and research in the field, working alongside amateurs and professionals so that we can offer you an innovative, high-quality sports nutrition system. Innovate Sport, the nutrition system, before, during, after sports.
Okay, we are back at the Gdynia Ironman 70.3 2020, and I do have a guest with me, Piotr. I will let you introduce yourself for the viewers. Who exactly are you and why are you so important to this race?
Yeah, so hello to everyone. I'm not sure if I'm that important, but I'm the marketing director of this race, so really glad to be here, and hello everyone watching us right now.
Okay, fantastic. And okay, so this has been quite a long and unexpected race. So we've only had, how long have we had roughly to get ready for this race? When was we approved?
We were actually approved a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So it was quite a challenging and intense time for us to prepare everything in such a short time. Of course, we were partly prepared before, but actually no one knew what's going to happen, if the race is going to happen.
Exactly.
Also, it was actually postponed from the beginning of August to this date.
Yes.
At the beginning of September. So yeah, we are very, very glad that we can welcome athletes to Gdynia again. It's actually the first Ironman racing weekend since the lockdown period in Europe. So an important weekend. Tallinn, Estonia, welcomed the athletes yesterday.
Yep.
Today we are competing in Gdynia and in France as well. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna have more racing weekends ahead of us.
Exactly. Hopefully things are starting to pick up now. After this whole pandemic situation, we seem to be kind of getting back on track, and I'm just hoping 2021 will be back to how it was in 2019.
Yeah, you know, the situation is very dynamic in all the countries, so we do not know what's still ahead of us, but I think that's one of the reasons why this weekend, among others, is very important, and that, why we told all the athletes and also our staff, our volunteers, how important it is to be cautious, to be secure, to obey all the extra rules, all the extra security measures that we introduced for this event, to show the world that it is possible to put on great sporting events in a very secure, very safe way, even in this pandemic situation that we have right now. So hopefully we're gonna prove today and throughout the whole weekend that it is possible. I mean, in Ironman anything is possible. So
exactly. So far,
that's
so
our
good.
message to the world, that even in these times we can compete, we can enjoy sporting competition. The emotions are still the same. I mean, if you saw the athletes yesterday on the sprint distance on the finish line, the emotions are still the same. So they are really glad to finish the race.
The only thing I'm a little bit kind of maybe disappointed for the athletes about is, of course, due to this pandemic, the finishing line, we don't really have much of an audience.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the restrictions we have right now, and we just needed to adapt to the situation. But we're trying to do our best to create this finish line atmosphere as much as possible, even in a little bit artificial way. So we have some extra noises from our DJs. Of course, our
I've heard about
our
this.
announcers are making a lot of noise, a lot of positive energy coming from them. So hopefully those athletes coming to the finish line still feel all those, you know, this extra thrill that always accompanies them.
Now,
on
this
the finish
is
line.
obviously, as you were saying, you kind of want to prove to maybe the rest of the world that these events are still possible to organise right now. Now, Poland, with the pandemic, it hasn't really hit Poland so hard as other countries, but what extra things, what effort have you had to go to organise this compared to, you know, the one last year? What were the differences? What would people around the world have to take into consideration when maybe trying to organise such an event?
Yeah, definitely a lot of extra work around this. So we needed to adjust this event very strongly to the new situation, starting from some modifications to the race course. So we have a new running course, not 3 loops as before, but 2 loops, just to spread the athletes more on the course. This change to the running course resulted in another change to the bike course. So we're going in the opposite direction. There are some minor modifications to the bike course as well, but there are also some extra security measures. For example, around the check-in area. So we had this screening procedure when all the athletes had their body temperature measured. We asked them a couple of questions about health-related questions to make sure that they are feeling good, that they are not at risk, just for them to enter the check-in area to pick up their starting kit.
So this is quite a strenuous activity, because generally we have a couple of thousand athletes at least, So to do such a thing, it's this must take some time, and some preparing, especially when we're taking the temperature of each athlete as they come in. So that's quite a strenuous activity.
Yeah, of course. So the first thing here is that the number of athletes is strongly limited this year. So it's absolutely not a couple of thousand or something like that. We needed to cut this, cut this down. But yeah, I think that what we can see here over the weekend is that all the athlete spaces, all the areas on the event are really huge. I mean, we are trying to maximize the space for athletes, for them to be able to keep the distance.
Exactly.
And everything. So a lot of markers keep the distance. A lot of signs saying, please cover your face and everything. Yeah, but that's how it is right now. That's what we need to actually ensure that we are going to be safe here. And I think it's a good opportunity for me to thank all the athletes because they were absolutely fantastic and obeying these rules. Absolutely, they had no problems, no complaining. They, you know, it's visible. They saying, okay, we need to do this. We understand this, but the most important thing is that we can race.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen many athletes, many even spectators walking around just this area, even though we're outdoors, they're still wearing masks and visors. And generally we got a way of not wearing a mask, but we are social distancing, so it's okay.
It's measured, 2.5 meters, extra half meter.
Exactly. On the screen at the moment is, we are on the cycle route, but let's get to the most important part. You've been here since this morning, since the start. What has the start looked like so far?
Yeah, so we have the pro male athletes already on the run course.
Yeah.
I think they are approaching, I don't know, 7 or 8 kilometers, something like that. And the Danish athlete is on the lead, I think, still. At least he was the first to get to transition, the second transition.
Tell you as soon as my computer reloads.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I can't remember his last name. It's Magnus
Ditlev?
Magnus Ditlev, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so actually kind of a surprising situation because he was not the one who was supposed to be leading this race, at least on the paper.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I mean,
this is the thing. We have also Boris Stein and Patrick Lang. Patrick Lang is, well, a favourite, let's say. Right now he's in 10th position and Boris is just in front of him in 9th. Now, obviously we were speaking just before this. Boris is not the strongest swimmer. He's not known to be the strongest swimmer. However, he also claims that doesn't deter him. You know, it doesn't really matter so much on the swim because he does catch up on the bike.
Yeah.
However, that has not been the case.
I mean, he actually gained some positions on the bike, but he's in top 10. And I think it's gonna be hard for both of them to catch up this gap because it's just a half marathon at the end of the day. Just as you said, Boris is not the best swimmer in the world, but he is really strong on the bike. However, he was not able to catch up so much as he used to, even in 2017 when he won here. So but that's the beauty of the sport.
Amazing.
I mean, you never know.
Exactly.
This whole situation where, pro athletes were not able to race for a couple of months, that's also new for them. I mean, they were not able to test their shape in the meantime, so I think we're gonna have some surprises here.
Exactly. Let's see what happens. Let's look at some of the live stream right now, but thank you, Piotr, for meeting with us, and hopefully we do see more Ironmans to come.
Yeah, thank you very much, and see you guys on the finish line.
Fantastic. Okay.
Polish triathlon beats here, yes. Welcome everyone. I would like to introduce my speaker partner, Tomasz Galiński. Hello, Tomasz.
Hello everyone. It's not a beach party, it's not a Gdynia beach party. There is a very important competition, very nice, very exciting time, but we have to remember about some rules, about regulations, which are very important during this strange time.
That's right. We have a lot of restrictions about we need to remember. We must repeat for all of participants. But we tried to, we try to remember for fun. We remember very well what's going on here in these stands. Unfortunately, as you can see, the stands are empty, and this is for us a very bad story and sad. It's a pity, but we'll try to do everything, and we promise all of participants to make a huge, a fantastic, amazing applause for all of participants.
Yes, we say to everyone, remember about cover your mouth, remember about distance, about every rule which are important, but we have to give them our energy.
A positive energy, a huge
positive energy, and we can't give them a 5. It's
unfortunately, yes, we cannot high five with triathlonists, but we prepared some special surprise and special dance for them. We'll present right now how high fives nowadays look like. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Thomas? Okay, can we start?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. High five nowadays look like this. Oh, of course, so we cannot wait for the first one, and all of participants of Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. We have a lot of very good triathlonists. Who one could we win today?
I don't know, it's difficult to say, but I think that Boris Stein maybe I think that he is major, the most great favorite. Yes, it's difficult to say. You know, sport competition. It's
everything is possible, and we are waiting. We are waiting for the first one for all of participants, and we promise to make for them a huge, amazing applause. See you later.
Słuchaj, zrobiłem, wiesz, miałem to wszystko przygotowane, a poszło z serducha, więc nie prosiłem, jeżeli się zaskoczyłem, to przepraszam. Ale nie, to wyszło ode mnie. Okej? Dobra.
W logistyce, podobnie jak w sporcie, najważniejsza jest synchronizacja. W VGL Group wiemy, jak ogromne znaczenie ma precyzja i zgranie zespołu. Jesteśmy wiodącym polskim operatorem logistycznym, realizującym zlecenia na całym świecie. Patrzymy dalej. Widzimy więcej, dostarczamy pewniej. VGL Group.
Nie ma problemu.
40 years. Behind each step, bike ride, stroke, drop of sweat, achievement, defeat, because they're part of the game too. 40 years of experience and research in the field, working alongside amateurs and professionals so that we can offer you
Specjalnie
an
wprowadzili ten
innovative,
zakaz trybunowy.
high-quality sports nutrition system. Elevate Sport, the nutrition system, before, during, after sports.
We are back, yes, indeed. It's the Gdynia 70.3 2020 Ironman. And my guest is, I butcher your name. The first name?
Berenika.
Bernica. I don't know if I will ever get this. I've been living in Poland now 5 years, and this is the first time I've ever come across this name.
Yeah, it's a difficult name for foreigners.
How many people have you met with such a name?
No one.
Exactly.
But you can call me Nika, it will be easy for you.
Nika, yeah? Okay, I just don't know what your parents were thinking. I really don't. Just absolutely crazy. But you were here, actually, let's just introduce you very quickly. Who exactly are you?
Oh, thank you for the invitation. It's great to be with you. I'm from Enea company.
Fantastic, the main sponsor.
Yeah,
Yes.
as we know, this company is a very big part of this event. So it's easy for me to be a triathlonist.
Yeah.
So when you work in this company, so easy.
Okay, so exactly, so you are a triathlonist. And
A small one.
A small one, okay. But how many years have you been?
3.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay, and you were here yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're in a team with your work colleagues?
Yes, with my friends.
Okay.
And during last few months, I had some problem with my back, so that's why I couldn't swim and cycling. But
Yep.
I can run. I still can run.
This is strange. Problem with your back, but you couldn't swim. However, you can run and like pound the tarmac. Okay.
No, it's quite difficult because when you prepare to the triathlon, you need more time for preparing. So that's why it will be too big for me to prepare. So that's why I think because okay, it will be only 5 kilometers for me.
But now I spoke to you a little bit earlier about yesterday's performance, and probably you were the most pessimistic person about this. However, then you told me the result. What was your result on the 5 kilometer run yesterday?
23 minutes and some more. It was 4:41 per kilometer. Yeah.
Okay. And I said that's pretty amazing. Now we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, so you guys can comment just below and let us know what you think of this, because you were so surprised, like that I thought this was amazing. This is like a sub 5 minute kilometer. I know it's only a 5K, but
I know that I can be better. I was better before my injury.
Of course.
But I think it's very important for me to be a part. It's count the result. It's not so important for me. Yes.
Okay.
Don't believe me.
All right. I think you're more competitive than that, but okay, fair enough. But what is your training routine like? Maybe before the injury and obviously after, but now the injury is completely gone?
No. I can swim. I can, but not so much time. I can prepare for this.
Yep.
But you know, I'm working, so that's why I don't have so much time.
You're not a full-time triathlonist.
Yeah, full-time job. But it's my hobby, so it's almost 10 hours per week.
That's more than the average person.
Yeah. But I love this, so that's why.
And what do you normally do? You normally have some kind of schedule, like Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, like running one day, swimming the next?
Yes, almost time, yes, because we have in our company Enea team. So it's more than 200 people who had trainers. So we have plan for every day. Yes.
Wow, your work is proper into this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So it's literally, this is like a work schedule workout plan or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. For
Okay.
Monday, it's a free day for us. The next day is 1 hour cycling or more, and swimming, and whole week. It's great, and it's easier to prepare when you have so much.
Okay, amazing. Well, honestly, it's been amazing talking to you. It really has. Probably going to be the best guest today, to be honest.
Thank you.
But we have to go over to, right now, the run course. And actually, very quickly, who is your favourite to win? Obviously, you probably...
Everyone.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's very important to be a part of this, not the result is the most important.
I love this. The most uncompetitive woman ever. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's go over to the run course, and hopefully we will see you a little bit later.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Now, going over to the run course right now, we can see probably Magnus Ditlev is still in first position. Now they are probably still on their first loop, possibly right now. I would say so. And as Piotr told us earlier, we've had to change things up. So the run course is that bit longer. But generally, the great thing about being in Gdynia is it's mostly all flat. So that could be Magnus if I can see the bib. Bib number for Magnus is number 32. Much easier to see when they're on the bike compared to when they're running. However, as we were saying earlier, Boris Stein and Patrick Lang were probably some of the favourites to be winning. Obviously, we expected Boris to put in a fantastic cycling performance and actually possibly be in first position as soon as he came off the bike. However, that has not happened, and we've got quite a surprise. So for example, Magnus Ditlev in first position right now. However, just behind him from the UK, we do have David Thomas, which is also slightly surprising due to the fact that these guys are not exactly the favourites to be in first place. However, they are right now. So, right now, as you can see on the run, we have only recently just got into the run, and most of the athletes are looking quite calm and collected. As you can see, Magnus here kind of pounding the pavement. And like I said, in Gdynia, the great thing about Gdynia, especially on the run, it's mainly flat, okay? Tarmac roads, there's no off-road paths, no bicycle paths. It is a very nice surface to be running on. And today, 14, 15 degrees, the athletes are sheltered and from the sun via the buildings. So right now you see the athletes actually going up what is, I believe, to be the main street in Gdynia, the main high street. And actually this is a very, very nice view. However, the biggest difference I would have to say from last year to this year, when I was walking down to be with you here today, the biggest difference I had to say was not seeing so many spectators. There are not, well, basically there are hardly any spectators on the run race. Normally last year they were all lining the pavements, cheering the athletes on, but this year it's a little bit dead, let's say. But still, if you're watching YouTube or on Facebook, leave us a comment and let us know, well, what do you think about this? Magnus in first position? Surprising? Maybe you're not surprised. Maybe you know something that I don't about Magnus. So let us know in the comments below exactly what you're thinking right now. But we do have some fantastic athletes today from all around the world. And if we just switch over to the women as well, we do still have, which I believe is Lisa in first position. She was a very strong contender, somebody who we were expecting to pretty much be in first place. And it looks like she is still in first place on the run right now. Still just looking at the runners going through. This is quite a fast pace they are setting here. Again, back to Magnus, I believe. Just going through one of the refill stations, opting for what looked like water. I don't know, this position I think I'd be opting for Red Bull or something a little bit stronger than water. However, one thing to remember, this was a very early start today. This was a 7 a.m. start. Okay, so the pros started to swim at 7 a.m., which is unbelievably early. Now, I don't know about you guys, but 7 a.m., I haven't spoken to any of these pro athletes yet, but I would love to know what they are eating for breakfast. Honestly, I probably believe, I don't know, maybe they do it fasted, maybe they don't. If you know any information about this, then please let me know. But I don't know, 7 a.m. start, unless they're waking up 4 o'clock for breakfast, I don't know how they're keeping it down. Now, yes, this is Magnus right here. And we're just switching over to the women. Now, I believe this must be Lisa in first place here, just in front. Can't quite clearly see the number. However, this must be Lisa. Quite a close group there. If that is the first place, we've got first, second and third place here for the women. Quite a close-knit group. However, you can see the two women just behind Lisa, really just keeping the pace. I believe right now it's all just about pacing. Still keeping very calm and collected during this run. Everything seems to be going pretty well for them right now. So luckily it is only a half marathon. It's not too far, and that's a great thing right now. As we saw, Magnus was a little bit out in front, but right now, if you see right now behind Magnus, you can see the distance that he has left is pretty huge. I'm not quite sure on the gap at this very moment, but he has left quite a gap, and to catch up to Magnus is not going to be the easiest. Whereas we did see in the women, it's much closer. So at the last moment, this could be interesting. If they keep that close-knit group of first, second and third, this could be a very interesting finish for the women, and we may see a bit of a sprint on our hands. So I'm just checking to see if the positions are still exactly the same. We have Magnus in first place, Thomas Davis in second from the UK, Robert Collin in third. Hey, hiya. Okay, we are back in the studio with, again, another guest. Welcome, how are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you, Chris?
I am pretty well, thank you very much. From the VGL group?
Yes.
Remind me your name, give me a small introduction.
So, Paweł Gizicki, I represent VGL group. I'm one of the board members of this company.
Okay, and you're also into the whole triathletes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, how long? How long have you been training for?
But you ask me about the company or myself personally?
Yourself personally.
How long? So I started like 5 years ago, actually.
Okay.
So after when I finished 40, so middle-age crisis, you know.
Okay, it's probably, you know, your wife is probably happier with that rather than you going and splurge a lot of money on a sports car, you know.
She's not happy, not maybe about the money, but about, you know, the time I spend outside.
Yeah.
And you have to be quite well organized, but yeah.
Exactly. And just out of interest, right now, your training regime, how many hours are you putting in per week? Obviously, this year has been a bit of
I would say
hard one.
Not many, like 5-6 hours a week, maybe more. It depends. So I try to be quite regular because I treat this competition, because I took part in yesterday competition. I treat it rather like a motivation to be active, to move my body on a regular basis.
And yesterday, how did you? Were you in the team? Yes. The relay?
I was single. I mean, standalone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, impressive. And how did you do? How was
actually
it
a bit worse than I assumed.
Okay. Don't worry, coronavirus.
Yeah.
You blame it on corona.
Okay, but this season was unusual, I would say.
Yeah.
So it was actually my first competition this year.
Okay.
The motivation was a bit lower compared to previous years.
Exactly, and this is the thing right now, we don't really have the spectators, you know. The spectators really help you, kind of motivate you, you know, when they're cheering in the background. Unfortunately, this year we don't have the same atmosphere, but
it's very good event, and we are very glad and happy to be here together with Ironman and with Sport Evolution, who organizes this event.
And we'll get to your company in just a second, but tell us very quickly, when it comes to your training, because you are a standalone, you basically do it all, what are your strong points and what are your weak points?
So actually I thought that swimming is my strong point.
Okay.
So yesterday I felt I'm really very well prepared to this, I mean, to swimming, but it was disappointment, I have to admit.
Really?
So I spent much time training, both swimming pool and open water, and also technique. And yesterday I don't know I didn't know what happened.
Was it you just outpaced yourself, or?
I don't know. So I tried to explain it to understand. Okay, it was like 15 minutes. It wasn't the worst. But I wanted to have more. But I'm glad I finished. It was good fun.
Exactly.
That's why I'm doing it.
It is about taking part. It is about finishing. But you know, it's also about a little bit about the competition and trying to
always competition.
But now you're from the VGL group. Tell us a little bit about the VGL group and how you have kind of come to help out in today's event.
So basically we specialize in logistics. We help companies to mainly, so briefly speaking, we help importers and exporters to deliver their goods to a destination on time. So export, import, we use different means of transportation like ocean freight, road, rail, air, warehouses. And we started cooperation with Ironman, helping as a logistic partner, so helping to deliver goods. You know,
I love how you plug it on time as well.
On time, yeah.
On time.
It's very important. That's why we have decided to involve in this event, because first of all it's Gdynia, so the place we originate from. So most of our people, our founders, employees, managers are very strongly connected to this place. So we love the city, and we.
What do you think about Ironman here being in Gdynia? Now we've had Ironman now for a few years here in Gdynia. Why do you believe it's so important to Gdynia to have this to happen every year?
Yes, I think so. So this.
It's quite
a chance to be to be a host for many incomers, for many visitors from all around the world. To have the best athletes.
I think this is probably one of the best parts, is the fact that even if we see on the pros list, we have a handful of athletes which are Polish, However, most of the people today, we have Germans, Italians, Spanish. So it is people traveling from all around the world, even from countries which have been affected a little bit more by the pandemic, which, you know, the travel restrictions could be a little bit stronger. But generally, they still have made it here today, which is quite amazing. And obviously, you've been watching the results.
Yeah, by the way, do you know who is leading at the moment? Because I saw him.
You don't know?
He was like 5 minutes in front of the others while finishing bike.
Exactly, it is Magnus.
Okay.
Magnus Ditlev. Which is very unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, because we have Patrick Lang, Boris Stein.
So I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, exactly. Generally now, I believe last time I checked, Boris was in 9th position and Patrick was just behind in 10th, which is shocking, to be quite honest.
But after the bicycle, he was really 5 minutes in advance before the rest.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm wondering even if Boris and Patrick even really imagined their positioning today, if they knew this would happen, because generally Magnus was not exactly a favourite, you know, he wasn't a favourite to be in the position that he's in right now. So it's quite unpredictable. However, now we're on the run and there is quite a gap between Magnus and Thomas Davis in 2nd position from Great Britain. So I don't know. I don't know if we will see a change or it is now.
Do you know the distance at the moment?
I don't. I've only seen on the live stream and you can see quite a distance, but generally I don't know the time exactly. However, the women, on the other hand, it's very close. We have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, basically next to each other.
We'll see in a short time.
Exactly. But this is the biggest problem right now, I would say. As we saw the start line. Okay, we do have a few spectators down there, as you can see. But generally, the audience just isn't there, you know. And did this affect you yesterday? Did you find?
So actually, I noticed that because you know it always motivates you better when you see this crowd shouting. So yeah, this is unusual, but it's great.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it was great talking to you, and hopefully we will see you again soon. And of course, hopefully next year you'll give a better performance in the swim. Who knows? We will see.
Hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Energia!
Sport to charakter.
Sport to rywalizacja.
Sport to piękne widoki.
Sport to tylko młodość.
Sport to współpraca.
Sport to biznes.
Sport to radość.
Sport to społeczność.
W logistyce, podobnie jak w sporcie, najważniejsza jest synchronizacja. W VGL Group wiemy, jak ogromne znaczenie ma precyzja i zgranie zespołu. Jesteśmy wiodącym polskim operatorem logistycznym, realizującym zlecenia na całym świecie. Patrzymy dalej, widzimy więcej, dostarczamy pewniej. VGL Group.
40 years. Behind each step, bike ride, stroke, drop of sweat, achievement, defeat, because they're part of the game too. 40 years of experience and research in the field, working alongside amateurs and professionals so that we can offer you an innovative, high-quality sports nutrition system. Enovit Sport, the nutrition system, before, during, after sports.
Now we are looking at the results so far, and I've got the results in front of me. Maybe you guys can also see if you're online right now. There's many different websites you can go to. Right now I'm using Data Sport, so go check it out, why not? But right now, just to give you an update, we do have on the 101 kilometer time. Okay, so we have Magnus Ditlev in first position. He cleared 101 kilometers in 2 hours, 58 minutes and 45 seconds. In second place, Thomas Davis cleared the 101 kilometers in 3 hours, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So as you can see, there is almost a 4-5 minute gap between Magnus and Thomas right now. So the question is, will Thomas be able to close the gap at all? I don't know. We will have to wait and see. However, to close a 5 minute gap in such a short distance, probably not doable. Okay, so let's go down to the finish line right now with Damien as we have a guest waiting.
Hello everyone, greetings from the finish zone. We are waiting for the winner, Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. Please welcome, I would like to introduce Michał Bardak from Mercedes, one of the partners of this event. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Please tell us, why did you decide to support Enea IRONMAN 70.3 in this time, in an unusual year?
Yeah. This is the 6th time in a row when Mercedes supports the Ironman Gdynia. This is one of the most important events for us during the year. So we was waiting for this event, and we are here and we are really happy. So we prepared some special activities for our fans and the audience. We have our area in Expo where you can find our newest electric models, EQC and EQV. EQC is the SUV. It's also the pilot car during today's event, and EQV, which is today we have the Polish premiere of this model. This is the full electric van car, and you can see it and experience, feel, touch in our area in the Expo zone. So I invite everyone.
Exactly. What do you think about this special atmosphere here? No fans in the stands. But what do you think? How is your prediction for the next year, next edition?
I hope that the next year will look the same as the previous year. So a lot of people, a lot of fans, audience make some noise. So it was great atmosphere. Today we have also good atmosphere, but it's a pity that we have no fans here on the tribute. So
Michał, thank you so much. High foot. Perfect. Yes, see you later, and we are waiting for the winner. It's gonna be amazing finish.
Okay, so we just had an interview down there, of course, with Mercedes themselves, which are a big sponsor of today. Now, right now we still have the leader, which is Magnus. There we go. We see him on the screen right now. Like I said, the time at 101 kilometer pass, he was 2 hours, 58 minutes and 45 seconds. Second was Thomas Davis, 3 hours, 3 minutes 51. So as you see, Magnus is still leading by around 4 to 5 minutes. But here we go. We switch over to the women. Okay, and again in first place is still Lisa with a very close second. Well, very close, it's obvious, it's one step away. But they are keeping it very close there in second and third place, which brings me on to think that the finish is going to be fantastic. We were waiting to see what the finish is going to be like, but I can really see the women scrapping it out to get first place. But just to give you an idea of what is going on at the moment in the positioning. Okay, so like I said, Magnus first place, Thomas in second. But of course, the biggest ones, the biggest favourites were going to be Boris and Patrick Lang. However, Patrick Lang has gained a few places. So we saw him in 10th position a while ago. He has gained 3 places and he is now in 3rd position. However, he crossed the 101 kilometre line on 3 hours, 5 minutes and 33 seconds. So he is quite a few minutes, about maybe 7 minutes away from 1st position. However, Boris Stein, wow, it's not such good news for Boris. He has dropped back from 9th position to now 13th. He's dropped back quite a bit. And of course, Boris was probably one of the strongest athletes who we expected to see big results from. But unfortunately, he passed the 101 kilometers at 3 hours, 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So quite incredible. Now, when it comes to Boris, it's quite an interesting story. So Boris did start the race in Davos only 1 week ago. Okay, so they did start the Ironman in Davos. The athletes prepared for this and were expecting to take part in the Davos race. However, literally just a few kilometers into the bike ride, it was cancelled. So those of you that know where Davos is, again, the Ironman, the triathlon is situated in the Alps. So the weather conditions can be very unpredictable. The swim, just before the swim, Boris experienced obviously the thunderstorm. The thunderstorm came in right before the swim, and his quote actually on an interview was that he looked around at some of the other athletes and he could kind of see the fear on their face a little bit, just the unknowing of exactly what is going to happen during this race. But of course they went ahead with the swim, because generally the fact is these athletes put a lot of trust in the organisers. It's all about the organisers to keep this a safe environment for the athletes, and if the organisers decide to carry it on, then it's good to go. If they decide to call it off, we are going to what could be the finish line. Okay, my apologies. We are not going to the finish line. That is them just testing the pre-recorded sound. So that's what we're dealing with this year. We have a pre-recorded sound for the applause. Behind me, as you can see, a few people down there sitting on the wall. There's a couple of spectators. Generally, I would say a handful. I would say maybe 20 spectators, 20, 30, 50 spectators down there waiting for Magnus to come through the finish. Now, we see Magnus here in first place. He's coming down to the beach, which is exactly where we are right now. Do I know exactly where this is? Yes, so he is coming along at the end of the beach. So he's roughly got, I would say, it looks like it should be about a kilometer to go. He's getting very close now. So this is going to be inevitable. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here it is, just coming along the boulevard right now. As you see, the flags are out there. We are getting a lot closer to the finish right now. Just a few kilometers, not even a few kilometers, around about a kilometer away. There we go, there's a picture of the start, and you can see the spectators. If you can see just before the barriers right here on the right, you can see for yourself the stands, the audience stands are covered. Now we've got some of the spectators down there looking a little bit excited. People are getting ready to see Magnus. As you can hear in the background, they are waiting for Magnus eagerly. So we will see Magnus come in with an amazing finish time, hopefully. He's not far off, still we're looking at the finish line. Let's see what happens. This, again, very unexpected finish. Very unexpected finish. We were expecting Boris Stein or Patrick Lang to be somewhere even close to first place. However, unfortunately, here we go, guys. Here we go, get ready. Spectators are starting to applaud. He's not in my eye line just yet, but I'm pretty sure when we last saw him, he was coming along the boulevard. Should be around 600-700 meters, I would assume. As you can see, the spectators have given in to social distancing, and they have started to crowd around the finish line, which so they should really. Here we go, we are on 3 hours 41 minutes so far. People are starting to applaud. That means he is getting close. Here he comes, he's just passed me. He's around 200 meters away. As you'll see him come through the finish line right about now. The crowd is applauding. Absolutely fantastic and a very unexpected result. Magnus to be coming in first place with what is literally a 4 to 5 minute lead. Here we go, 3 hours, 42 minutes. Can he get there just for the 43? Fantastic, and Magnus Ditlev crosses the line in first place with around a 5 minute difference. I'm pretty sure we're going to go down and have an interview with him in just a second. Absolutely amazing performance there by Magnus. Looking a little bit dazed. Here we go. Hopefully Magnus just about to have an interview. Incredible how he's still looking not even that fatigued.
I'm sorry. Here. Okay.
It was really amazing.
I'm sorry. I will turn on. Ah, now it's perfect.
Yeah, very amazing. I had a really good friend from my friend that I just hammered on the bike off the first thing to bridge to get to the front. And rode solo pretty hard all the way to 15. But I was told I had a hard in the lead. And I just tried to prove something.
Magnus, no fans in the stands. It must be a strange view for you.
Yeah, it was pretty tough on the run course because there are no spectators, but I think if you really want it, then you can motivate yourself.
Okay, thank you so much. Magnus Ditlev, thank you. Magnus Ditlev, thank you so much. The winner is Enea IRONMAN 70.3. Thank you so much.
Kolejnego zawodnika na prostej, drodzy Państwo, przywitajmy ten, który dzisiaj wywalczy miejsce drugie. Wielkie brawa! Skakujemy o owacji, nie wielu nas, ale to się nie będzie tego, który dzisiaj zajmuje miejsce drugie. Panie i panowie, mamy kolejnego zawodnika z ogromną przyjemnością. Witamy! Oto, drodzy Państwo, Thomas Davis! Thomas Davis, zawodnik z Wielkiej Brytanii, który dzisiaj staje na drugim stopniu podium. A więc teraz czekamy na uzupełnienie tego podium, które tutaj dzisiaj będzie eksponowane właśnie specjalnie dla tych zawodników, którzy teraz już wiemy w trójce, tej, która dzisiaj stanie w kategorii Open, w kategorii crossów, drodzy Państwo, na najwyższych stopniach podium. Przypomnijmy, Magnus Gdynia, Thomas Davis i teraz na miejscu trzecim, fantastycznie finiszujący, już on na mecie również, numer, drodzy Państwo, za chwilę będzie jasny numer, no tak, Patryk Langer, fantastycznie pobiegł. Drodzy Państwo, biorąc pod uwagę fakt, jak dużą przewagę mieli rywale nad tym świetnym zawodnikiem, to co zrobił na biegu jest godne uznania. Robert Kali, mamy kolejnego zawodnika na razie wycieńczony, niepodchodzimy, zachowując ten bezpieczny dystans, potwornie wyczerpany, leży Robert na podłodze, teraz spadł i
robimy. Kto chętnie to
ściskałem się, gratuluję sobie, fantastycznie, Patryk, congratulations.
No wiem, ale no nie...
Przywiliśmy sztuki,
Dobra, poszli już.
Gratulacje niezwykle sympatyczni, drodzy Państwo zawodnicy. Ależ to się wszystko pokładało. Ależ to dzisiaj fantastyczny dzień tego, który zwyciężył. Myślę, że wszyscy jesteśmy zaskoczeni, ale to jego dyspozycja dnia sprawiła, że Magnus Gdynia dzisiaj na miejscu pierwszy. Drodzy Państwo, Thomas Davis, Patryk Langer, Robert Kali. To ci,
Ja w ogóle nie rozumiem, co on mówi.
tutaj dotarli.
Czy co?
Ja w ogóle nie rozumiem, co on mówi.
Tak? Także już w strefie finisza.
Dobra, robimy tak.
A zatem
4, 3, 2, 1.
pierwszy zawodników, którzy dzisiaj w kategorii pro wystartowali, aby walczyć o zwycięstwo.
Okay, so as we can see, guys, we have Magnus, Thomas, and Patrick all ready to cross the finish line. So first, second, third place already across the finish line. Magnus with an astounding 3 hours, 42 minutes and 37 seconds. Thomas from Great Britain, Thomas Davis, 3 hours, 44:57. We did have an interview with Magnus down there. Unfortunately, sound quality not so great. Maybe some of you guys can understand. But generally, this is a situation during the pandemic. As soon as they come through the finish line, they have to put on the mask and have an interview. So I can imagine for some of these guys, but let's be honest, look at some of these guys coming through the finish line. They pretty much look like they could do it again quite easily. They don't look too phased. So I can imagine that run was actually maybe a little bit of a walk in the park for them. Now, we still don't have our first woman through the finish line yet. However, I did see the three front leading women pass us maybe around a minute ago. They passed us on one loop, so they haven't got far to go to finish. But generally, as I was saying, Magnus 3 hours 42, Thomas 3 hours 44, and Patrick Lang. Okay, guys, I did not notice this until just now, and this is this is very surprising. We saw Patrick Lang in 10th position when he came off the bike, and then he made it up to 7th, And actually Patrick Lang finished in third place. Third place. So huge, huge jump. He finished in 3 hours and 45 minutes and 50 seconds. Patrick Lang. Of course we expected huge things from Patrick. You know, he's already been the world champion twice. So we expected huge things, maybe even for him to come first. However, I think Magnus Ditlev is a massive, unexpected result today. Now, the first woman, we are still waiting for her to cross the line. However, I would say, let's be honest, the biggest unexpected results today, Magnus first place and Patrick Lang managing to make up from where he was in 10th position down to 3rd. Okay, it looks like we have the first lady. I say the first lady, probably the first, second and third lady, because it was such a close-knit group on the boulevard now, which again, roughly around about 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer away, I would say. 1 to 1.5 kilometers away, first lady. And no doubt it is probably going to be Lisa. But we will wait and see, because like I said, it's going to be a scrappy finish from those 3 women. And it's going to be exciting. If they are still in that close-knit group, we have not got the live pictures from them just yet. But if they are still in that close-knit group of just a couple of steps behind each other, then expect a sprint finish. This should be, I'm expecting something amazing from the finish, but let's wait and see. Uh-huh. Boris Stein did recently just finish as well, 3 hours and 50 minutes. Here we are right now. This is our first female. Okay, as you can see, this is our first female. However, the gap, the distance has been expanded. We saw them all running quite closely. Now, this, I believe, is Lisa. I can't see the bib number right now, but I'm 100% sure this should be Lisa. Yeah.
Witamy bardzo serdecznie, wielkie brawa, wielkie brawa dla kolejnego Ironmana, który tutaj kończy zmagania.
Amazing job!
3 godziny.
What a shame!
Od rozpoczęcia rywalizacji. Kolejny z zawodników z nami.
Tego?
Tego.
Ale następnego.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nie wiem właśnie, ja nie mam w ogóle ucha.
Ale ja? Tutaj będzie na pewno bardzo gorąco też, kiedy... Dobra, mamy kogoś do rozmowy?
Na razie nie, na razie nie.
Którzy rozpoczynali rywalizację o godzinie 7:10, o 7:10 skoczyli ci zawodnicy.
Tak jakby miało to trzeba.
Mogliśmy zagrać. Jak takie sytuacje będą, to powiedz dzięki, bo biegnie i ją czapaj od razu. Tak, aby tutaj pewnie do 15 wszyscy zameldować siłowni na mecie. Czekamy też na pierwszą panią, czekamy na pierwszą zawodniczkę w dzisiejszej rywalizacji. Pytanie brzmi, czy będzie podczas poniżej 4 godzin.
So we are still waiting for the first woman. A small mistake there before, but we are joined in the studio with, of course, Łukasz. I won't try to pronounce your surname. However, Łukasz will be speaking in Polish, but generally I want to know, yesterday, your race yesterday, wczoraj, jak?
Tak, wczoraj wystartowałem w sprincie. Ten start był pod znakiem zapytania, ponieważ 2 tygodnie temu kończyłem pełny dystans z dziećmi niepełnosprawnymi i nie wiedziałem, jak mój organizm się szybko zregeneruje. Ale z dnia na dzień było coraz lepiej. Dwa tygodnie takich lekkich treningów i odpoczynku i wczoraj faktycznie udało się fantastycznie wystartować. Bardzo jestem zadowolony. Udało się zdobyć 3. miejsce Open. Całość wypadła bardzo fajnie, bardzo dobre pływanie, bardzo mocny rower. Wiedziałem, że muszę szybko pojechać na rowerze i popłynąć, ponieważ bieganie nie jest moją najmocniejszą stroną i wiedziałem, że już będę zmęczony, ale udało się wybudować dosyć dużą przewagę i na bieganiu utrzymać pierwszą pozycję. Po biegnięciu na metę, gdzie się okazało, że jestem pierwszy w kategorii wiekowej, mój wynik okazał się 3. wynikiem ze wszystkich zawodników.
Super, fantastycznie, ale bardzo optimistic, like so loads of energy there, and of course Łukasz, he's not just a triathlete. Something really amazing about you is the fact that with all your events you take children. Yes, I assume like special needs children? Yes, for a charity?
Tak, startujemy z dziećmi, nasza fundacja zajmuje się pomaganiem dzieciom niepełnosprawnym, startujemy z nimi w biegach, organizujemy specjalne zawody, podłączamy się pod inne imprezy, żeby pokazać dzieciom sport od strony zawodników, żeby mogły poczuć tą atmosferę i zobaczyć, jak to jest startując. Może kiedyś ich niepełnosprawność pozwoli im startować w różnych dyscyplinach parasportowych i miejmy nadzieję, że będą mogli startować. No ja właśnie 2 tygodnie temu na pełnym dystansie wystartowałem z 4 dzieci niepełnosprawnych, 3 km 800 metrów pływania z pontonem, gdzie wymieniałem co kilometr dziecko. Później 180 km roweru, 4 pętle, gdzie też dzieci były, każde miało możliwość jechania rowerem i 42 km biegu, 6 zmian, także każde dziecko ukończyło triatlon i pełny dystans.
Fantastycznie. Well, dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję.
We will go to the finish line. We have a guest on the finish line. But I will tell you a little bit more in English about Łukasz a little bit later because it is a fantastic story. Dziękuję.
Dziękuję bardzo.
We will see you soon.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, please welcome another finisher, Enea IRONMAN 70.3, Mattia Ceccarelli from Italy. Hello Mattia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How do you feel here in the finish zone?
A bad day for me today.
Why? What's going on?
Oh, because it's the first race of the year. Yeah, and I miss racing pace, and so I am coming here for a better result, but it's okay. It's the first race, so okay.
What did you think when you first time heard about this competition that will be organized this edition, Enea IRONMAN 70.3? Did you happy or did you surprise?
Yeah, of course, because in this time it's difficult for organizer to manage a race like this. A lot of race has been deleted due to the COVID, so I think the organizer make an amazing job.
Okay, thank you so much, Mattia. Take a rest and grazie.
teraz także na mecie kolejne z Gdyni. Drodzy Państwo, witam bardzo serdecznie. Emanuel.
Jak tam? Ciężko?
O, tak, pierwszy raz na połówce tego.
Pierwszy raz? Hey guys, please welcome Kacper Stępniak, the first and the best Polish triathlonist here in Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. What can you say about your race? That was your debut, yeah? It was your first time on the half Ironman.
Yeah, that was my first time in Ironman 70.3. I used to start in sprint on the Olympic distance ITU, so that was something new for me. But yeah, I enjoyed. Like, I had some problem with the bike, so I had to stop like for 2-3 minutes because my derailleur didn't work. But yeah, I fixed it and I finished the race. I'm pretty happy. Like, now I can say like I am a triathlete, and always people ask, oh, so do you do this all 90K run and half marathon? I also always think, no, just sprint distance Olympic. And now I can say, you know, I did the Ironman.
Yeah, you are Ironman. You feel so good. You feel so fresh. Do you have any tough moments?
Oh yeah, I had some tough moments at the end of the run. It was pretty tough. Like first loop was nice and smooth. Then I was struggling a little bit.
Thank you so much. High five and high feet. Kacper Stępniak. Thank you. See you later.
Tak.
Słuchaj, to na następna przecież swój czas, wtedy będzie sporo poniżej 4 godzin. Przytulujcie.
Okay, so we have seen quite a few competitors already come through the finish line, but no women as of yet. There was a slight mistake earlier when we saw what we thought was a woman coming along the boulevard. However, unfortunately, there was a small mistake. It is still that close-knit group you saw earlier. So those 3 women, first, second, and third, all behind one another. We believe probably they have around about maybe 2 kilometers to go until they should get onto the boulevard, but it shouldn't be a long wait, guys. We are quite close. But just a reminder, very quickly, we saw Magnus coming in first, Thomas in second. Sorry guys, I've been in Poland too long, and rather than saying Thomas, I'm using Tomasz. Thomas in second, Patrick Lang in third, which is just incredible. The fact that he came from 10th position down to third, absolutely unbelievable. And then, of course, in 11th position was Boris Stein. Well, generally, we know Boris is not the strongest swimmer, okay? He doesn't even say to be the strongest swimmer, but generally, he normally always does make it up on the cycle. However, this time, Magnus just came out of completely nowhere, and Boris couldn't get it back on the run either. However, we have Lisa Norden in first position right now, and some interesting stories about Lisa. So basically 2017, her racing history was kind of cut out due to the fact that basically she had a sore Achilles heel. So 2017 wasn't a great year for her. 2018, she had an operation on her Achilles, and she had around 3 months completely off training. So it was a very late start to the year of her training. And then 2019, she tore her calf. So Lisa has not had a great year or a great couple of years. So the training has become very late. However, due to this fact, she focused very much just on cycling. And actually, she was able to then take away 2 championships in the cycling, both in what I believe was Sweden and some other country, but she still won 2 top titles for cycling last year. So we should have seen, I don't have a time at hand right now for the cycling, but the cycling with Lisa should have been phenomenal. So Lisa is a bit of a dark horse, let's say. Last 3 years she's had a few injuries, stopping her from training. Then she focused purely on the cycling. And now okay, so now we are just looking at some of the some of the other results right now. Some of these people you may know, you may have been looking out for. So we have obviously Magnus Thomas in second, Patrick Lang in third, Jan Stratman from Germany in fifth, Memphis Peterson in sixth, going on to Florin in seventh from Germany again. Germany, we have a really strong input from Germany this year, and really quite impeccable performance from Germany. In eighth place we have, and I apologise if I'm butchering any of the pronunciations of the names, we have Reedy Wild, great surname, in eighth place there. So just to give you an idea, eighth place was 3 hours 49 minutes and 35 seconds, whereas first place was 3 hours 42 minutes and 37 seconds. So we see a bit of a gap going on there. Number 9th, all the way from Italy, Giglio, I guess the first name would be, 3 hours 49, 35 seconds. And then again, of course, 10th and 11th place, giving it back to Germany. 10th place, Philip, and of course 11th place was Boris Stein. Boris Stein coming in at 11th place, which again, as I've said many times, guys, super unexpected, but what can you do? This is a situation, I think, I don't know if we heard an interview from Boris, however, I don't know how pleased he will be at this performance, but still, let's be honest, I know they are pros. It's not all about the performance, it's about the taking part as well. And I think for a lot of these guys, the fact that this is their first Ironman this year is fantastic, and they are just happy to be competing. And let's be honest, for a lot of these guys from, for example, Germany, the pandemic has hit them a lot stronger. So when it comes to training in swimming pools and things like this and going outside for runs, it's been a little bit more difficult for them to train. So this could be part of the reason. 12th place, we have Mork. 13th place, again from Italy, Mattia, 3 hours 57. And we still have more people coming through the finish line at this very moment. Here we go, another contestant, another triathlete passing me right now, 2 of them in fact. Let's go to the finish line and have a little look. So this should be for the 18th place. That should have been Lorenzo. Hey. Well, where we go?
Ostatni kilometr jest do wybiegnięcia na tych naprawdę czołowych, bardzo dobrze przygotowanych zawodników. A ja cały czas zerkam na ten znakomity wynik Magnusa. 3:42:37. To jest, biorąc pod uwagę historię wyników Gdyni, drugi czas. Oczywiście Jan Gdynia był mistrzem absolutnym, który sama 3:40, ale to była też inna trasa. Biorąc pod uwagę bardzo teraz rower został poprowadzony troszeczkę inaczej. Można powiedzieć, że to jest rekord tej nowej klasy. I jeśli chodzi o ten doktoralski, w przypadku Magnusa to było niesamowite. Godzina 57:40 parę sekund. Wyprzedził rywali o ponad 6 minut. Niesamowite.
Okay, we are back in the studio with Przemek or Przemysław?
Przemek, just Przemek.
Okay, just Przemek. Okay, so a little bit of an introduction about yourself.
Yes.
Who are you?
Yes, I'm director of Gdynia Sports Center.
Okay.
It's the public unit, the city unit, which is responsible for the sports. generally.
Fantastic. And of course, Gdynia is quite a sporty city.
Yes, yes.
It is quite sporty.
Yes, we try it because we know that the sport is very important thing in the people's life, and more and more people are active. So we can do it for the people. Yes, and we build the sport infrastructure. We organize the mass events, the runnings, for example, for the runners.
Fantastic. And most important, you competed yesterday, yes?
Yes. Of course, it wasn't my first competition because I began my adventure with the triathlon 7 years ago.
Okay.
But I had 2 years break because of due to the surgery of my backbone. And 2 years ago, it was a very difficult time for me. But the doctors promised that I will back to the triathlon. I didn't believe, but I proved that I could. Of course, only on sprint distance, but it doesn't matter.
What made you start a triathlon? What got you into this? Because many people, they go to the gym, for example, they go running, but there's not so many people who are like, okay, I want to start triathlons.
Yes. Of course, I began as more people. That began from the running and from the swimming, but I also love cycling.
Okay.
And of course, during my injury, I training very hard Nordic walking, because Nordic walking is the very safe kind of activity. Yes, for the backbone, for example, and it helped me to keep my shape.
Okay.
On the good level.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
And do you find it's quite enjoyable? You have like a little bit of like a good maybe community of people?
Yes, of course. I even don't try to imagine that you are active and in separate of people.
Okay.
Of course, it is absolutely the crucial point of activity to do it together among the people, among the society. I also take a part in parkrun. It is one of the biggest social of runners all over the world. It is the network. We have more than 70 localizations in Poland, and I regularly every Saturday, every morning I take place in the parkrun, for example.
And this is what, 5 kilometers?
This is only 5 kilometers, and is absolutely for
everybody,
for very experienced runners, or also for beginners.
Wow. And anybody can come and join?
Yes, of course. This is only one registration, and the registration.
Where do people find out about this?
By net, or they got information by the experienced runners.
Just search for parkrun.
Yeah, parkrun. Yes, of course. And what is more important that it's only one registration for all the time, and after one registration you can take a part in your country and over the world. Yes, and very often during my vacation, for example, I try to place where the parkrun is organized. Yes, and I every Saturday try to
always book a hotel.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's amazing. Okay, honestly, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
I know, for example, there are other companies out there doing similar situations, but I didn't know about.
Yes, what is important in this organization, that it is organized by the volunteers. Yes, so you can run, and during the other Saturday you can help the organization to measure the time, for example. Yes, so the events organized by the runners. For the runners.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's actually really good. And the fact is that many people wake up on a Saturday morning. I don't believe there's many people who are going to be willing to go out and run. But with this atmosphere, you know, when you're running in a big group and people are waiting for you.
Exactly,
like
because more of people take part in parkrun not for the results. Yes, they wake up early morning to meet with other people. Yes, it is absolutely the crucial point of this events.
And how many of you guys then go for a coffee afterwards?
More of us. Yes, we even very often eat the common breakfast, for example. Yes, we have
Okay,
the.
so this is fantastic. So of course, if you are into running, if you are into this kind of situation, this is the best thing. So you can just search for park run on Google, I assume.
Yes.
And you can probably find park runs in your
Especially for the beginners, because of course there are many participants who even have results less than 50 minutes. There's absolutely professionalists.
Yeah,
They also in parkrun take a part also the Olympic champions, for example, but especially for beginners. If you want to start and if you don't want to do alone, this is absolutely the best solution for you. Yes.
Wow, okay, so exactly, you've just heard it here. If you do want to get basically into the triathlons, this is maybe a fantastic start. The fact is you can meet new people, and as we had yesterday, we had the relay.
Yes,
yesterday.
relay, yes.
So if you don't, the problem is with the relay, it's very difficult to find, two other people to do it with.
Absolutely.
But in this situation?
Of course, the responsibility in the relay is bigger, yes, because you have responsibility for the whole team. Of course, but it's the only solution for me that also was for 2 years. After the surgery, I also took a part in relay as a swimmer. And it was very important for me because I could feel the atmosphere on the events. Yes, because not at all, but
this year, very quickly, what do you think? How has the atmosphere been for you?
This atmosphere is a little different than in previous years, but the reasons are absolutely we know why.
Exactly.
But what is most important that this event is happen. Yes. Yeah. Because more of events, of sports events, mass events were cancelled. Yeah. Or they were deleted, yes, or was postponed. Yeah. But there were big efforts of organizers to do it, generally to do it. So we are very happy that it happened.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I know we have the 3 women coming in pretty soon. I just heard they were less than maybe 3 minutes
Yes,
away.
of course. I want to say one more thing because my wife is on the road now.
Oh,
so
really?
I wait for my wife. She isn't the beginners because he finished also the triathlete, the Ironman last year. But of course I'm a little nervous because I know that she's cycling now. So I wait for her. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Amazing. Okay, we will see what place she comes and how are you going to treat her after this? You guys planned a nice lunch or something?
Yes, of course, we celebrate. I know, we really celebrate.
Amazing. So it literally now runs a little bit more in the family.
Yes.
Both of you guys.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And we will see you again very soon.
I hope see you next year.
Exactly. Hopefully next year will be a slightly better atmosphere as well. But this year still has been amazing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes.
So now, as we see, the first woman is about to come through the finish line in just a second. This is going to be interesting, guys. So as I said, there are 3 women. Okay, this one is not a woman. This is a man coming through right now. I think they got out the... I'm pretty sure they got out the finish line a little bit too early there. This, unfortunately, is a man. I don't think we've made a mistake. The women are there. They are coming through. This will be... This could possibly be... What number does he have? This could possibly be Lorenzo. Okay, no, I've just been told it is a Swedish athlete. We are still slowly waiting for those women to come through there. Here we are. This is, yes indeed, this could be Lisa. This could indeed be Lisa. As you see, she's coming along the boulevard, just along the beach right now. So she is very, very close. This is a long-awaited entrance. However, I don't know what's happened exactly, because we did see 3 of them all bunched up together. Now, unless she has managed to take quite a bit of a lead, it looks like she's really stretched out far in front right now. So let's see exactly what happens in just a second. We've still got a camera on the finish line. The first woman is due to come through. She is going to be the next one through. And the crowd around the finish line, as you can see, it has increased. From where it was a while ago, it has increased quite dramatically. Here we go, people are clapping. This could be, yes, this will be the first woman. Yes, indeed, she is coming through. You will see her on your screen in just a second. I'm just hearing in my ear, we are 100% sure this is a woman this time. Yes, indeed. This is, I believe, yeah, Lisa. She is coming down the finish line looking pretty relaxed and calm. Fantastic performance. And there we go, first woman through the finish line. Fantastic performance by Lisa, absolutely fantastic. As you can see, Lisa, we were talking about her a little bit earlier as well. The last couple of years, she's had her ups and downs with injuries, Achilles, torn calf. So now she comes in first, all the way, obviously, from Sweden. And no doubt we're about to have an interview with her as well. Look how calm and collected she is, though. Doesn't exactly look fatigued after a 21-kilometer run. She's absolutely ecstatic. However, the biggest difference is, where is the next woman?
Wow.
This is the situation.
Wow. Okay, we are waiting. Do you hear me? Perfect.
Specjalnie dla Lisy Norden, która zwyciężyła w rywalizacji pań na dystansie jednego Ironmana podczas Enea IRONMAN 70.3 dnia. Za chwilę kolejny z zawodników.
Lisa Norden, the best woman in Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. Lisa, that was fantastic, incredible performance. How do you feel as a winner here?
Oh, it's amazing. It's been a very difficult year with the corona and the races, and to come out on the first one here in Gdynia, and everything worked out. It's amazing.
Lisa, did you feel a hunger of competition this year?
Yeah, for sure. I was ready to race in April, May, and then you have to wait and wait and wait, and it's just wonderful to put on the race suit and to get out again.
Perfect. What memories will stay with you from Gdynia, from here?
Well, there's been, even with the current situation, the support from the course was amazing. There's people all around, and I had some rough patches, but there was always someone who like, you know, come on, you can do it, and giving me transmisses and stuff, so that was really nice.
Thank you, Lisa. You were amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lisa Norden, the best woman of Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. Wow! Tak, jasne. Siemka. Sam nie wiem, jak się to widać. Kasper Tokowicz. Nie wiem, po polsku mam dobro rozmawiać. Po angielsku może być
Now we can see, of course, Lisa looking very happy to have finished there. Obviously, her first Ironman this year in 2020. She has finished, well, astonishingly first place. And we don't have any more women through just yet. However, we are expecting them very soon. But Lisa in first position. We saw an interview with her just then. And
Kasper Tochowicz, yes, it's correct. The best amateur in Polish triathlonists. Kasper, what can you say about this race? You don't feel exhausted?
Actually, I feel exhausted. So the bike course and the run course are very difficult. There's a lot of altitude to gain. Also, in the last week I had a bike crash, so I wasn't able to keep my aero position all the time, but I'm actually satisfied with my performance. Yeah, and this is the best race in Poland, and I think it's the only race in Poland that is on the international level. So yeah, I will come back in the next year.
Yeah, I can imagine that you couldn't wait for the first start, for this start.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be the main goal for the season, but of course all the races were put into another date. So to my level, so the course isn't flat, and I'm actually happy with my time.
Okay, thank you, Kasper. Congratulations. Yeah, here, big.
However, I don't have information as to who she is just yet. We are still waiting. But Lisa Norden, her finish time was 4 hours, 19 minutes and 15 seconds. Coming in at 25th place. Overall, for men and women, 25th place. Pretty good going there from Lisa. Second, you will see some of our fantastic sponsors this year, and more or less every year. We've had a few interviews with some of them, from Enea to VGL Group to the Gdynia Sports Stadium. There have been many fantastic sponsors, and coming up in a second, you'll see a little bit about them. But like I said, the first woman through, Lisa Norden. We have got a second woman through, however, I don't have, yes, second woman from Germany, Caroline, coming in at 4 hours and 23 minutes 45 seconds. So remember, Lisa Norden, 4 hours 19 15 seconds. Caroline, 4 hours 23, so around about 4 minutes gap there, 4 minute gap. Which again is completely shocking, people, because as we saw previously during that run, they were all very close together. So very shocking result. I think generally, we saw last year with Jan Frodeno, we pretty much knew that he was going to come first place, but this year has been very surprising and very interesting.
logistyce, podobnie jak w sporcie. Najważniejsza jest synchronizacja. W VGL Group wiemy, jak ogromne znaczenie ma precyzja i zgranie zespołu. Jesteśmy wiodącym polskim operatorem logistycznym, realizującym zlecenia na całym świecie. Patrzymy dalej, widzimy więcej, dostarczamy pewniej. VGL Group.
Years. Behind each step, bike ride, stroke, drop of sweat, achievement, defeat, because they're part of the game too. 40 years of experience and research in the field, working alongside amateurs and professionals so that we can offer you an innovative, high-quality sports nutrition system. Enovit Sport, the nutrition system, before, during, after sports.
Welcome back, guys. We are back here in the studio. Now, as I was saying, this is maybe our third woman to come through the finish line right now. It looks as though I'm not too sure who this is at the moment, but we will get some information in just a second. And a fourth woman just behind her. As you can see on the screen, this is the third woman coming through the finish line. Fantastic, amazing job. And just behind her, we do have a fourth. You will see. Okay, now we see, guys, the women are slowly coming through that finish line. Atmosphere down there, not the same as last year, but still very, very energetic. How would you feel, guys, after this situation? You've just done a 2 or 3 kilometer swim, 90 kilometer bike ride, 21 kilometer run. You see some of these athletes come through the finish line very awake, very alert, not too fatigued. And on the other hand, you see athletes come through the finish line and collapse. Let us know exactly how you would feel coming through that finish line. Okay, leave a comment on YouTube or on Facebook. Let us know exactly how you would feel coming through that finish line. Because generally, these guys, I think if I collapsed, I probably wouldn't even get up. So that is it. We have the first, second and third woman through. Now, we are just going to go to the finish line right now for an interview with the third lady.
Hello everyone, we are in the finish zone and please welcome the best Polish triathlonist woman, the best woman in Poland, Joanna Sołtysiak. Yeah! Who is the best? Who is the best? Joanna! Joanna is the best. Joanna, please tell us, how do you feel? How do you feel as the best Polish triathlonist here in Gdynia?
It felt great. It feels great actually, because it's a home race with many pro athletes from all over the world, so it feels very nice to be the first Polish actually, yes.
Perfect. That was amazing, the last 100 meters and your fight with Eva Commander. Did you feel her and you know it that she's undering?
I believed all the time in myself and I felt strong from the beginning, from swimming, through the bike and then running. So I felt, I believed strongly I will win it.
Okay, the last question, what memories will stay with you from here, from Gdynia?
Definitely this battle, the finish one. I didn't feel my legs, my thighs, and then all body was just screaming, but so these things will stay with me forever.
Thank you so much, Joanna Sołtysiak! Yeah! Dziękuję bardzo. Możemy zacząć.
We saw third place representing Poland, and it's about freaking time. One of the Polish competitors came through there, Eva Commander, Eva Commander coming through in third position, which is absolutely fantastic. Eva Commander, not exactly, relatively not new, but not really in the same wavelength as some of the other competitors. Now, a little bit about Eva Commander. She did compete in the Ironman Cozumel. My pronunciation might be a little bit incorrect here. The Cozumel last November 2019, and she came in sixth place. And from there, you had the opportunity to then get free passes. They were giving away just free passes to the Hawaiian Ironman World Championship to obviously win a prize pool of $100,000. And sorry, the $100,000 was a prize at the Cozumel Ironman. She came in sixth place and still walked away with around about $2,000. Not so bad, but that is Eva Commander really representing Poland, coming in third place. So if we look at the women very quickly, we had Lisa Norden, first place from Sweden. Second place, we had the German Caroline coming in second place, and now Eva Commander coming in third place for Poland. Just to give you the time splits very quickly, Lisa 4:19 and 15 seconds, Caroline 4:23 and 45 seconds, and Eva 4:30 and 7 seconds. So as you can see, from first place to third place, that's almost an 11-minute time gap, 11 minutes, which is pretty huge. And as I was saying earlier, considering Lisa's previous years with her injuries, it's quite amazing that Lisa still came in such a position with such a time gap. Between first and second, between Lisa and Caroline, again, another 4-minute gap. So quite a huge distance. Even in this Ironman, which is not exactly a full Ironman, it's still quite a gap she's managed to make there. Now, going back to the finish line, we see some more people coming through. Another man, I believe, coming through the finish line right now. It has been an amazing day, I have to say. The weather, again, for these athletes today, the sun is out, okay? As you can see in the background, the sun is out. It is looking absolutely fantastic, but still it's not so hot compared to last year, where we saw sweltering heat of maybe 23, 24 degrees. Obviously, maybe this is a good thing about starting this season in September rather than August. But today we have seen the weather's fantastic. 15 degrees right now, 15, 16 degrees. Still warm enough, but not too warm to exhaust the athletes. But as you saw in Gdynia, Gdynia's Ironman has been around now for a few years, and it is one of the, I would like to say, one of the best. It's not too strenuous. We do have some rolling hills during the cycle ride, but generally the rest of the time, the run is very, very much relaxed. It's very flat, not so much in the way of rolling hills. And of course the swim. As you can see right behind me, we have the shipyard going around. Now, we are just right in the bay there. So as I was saying, with the swimming situation, we are sheltered by the shipyard. Now, I can tell you, we are just moments away from the award ceremony. Yes, indeed, we've had the first 3 men come through and the first 3 women. So here we go. Here is the award ceremony.
Great job, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Kimberly?
Kimberly Morrison. It's your award, yeah. Nagroda. Miejsce drugie. Z czasem 4 godziny 23 minuty 45 sekund. Reprezentantka Niemiec, Karolin Lichwida.
Ladies and gentlemen, second place goes to Karolin Lichwida from Germany.
niesamowitym rezultatem 4 godzin 19 minut 15 sekund została reprezentantka Szwecji Lisa Norden! Lisa Norden from Sweden!
A nagrodę symbolicznie tę statuetkę dla zwycięzczyni wręczy dla poszczególnych zawodniczych na tych niższych stopniach podium Przemysław Galecki, dyrektor Wiejskiego Centrum Sportu, drodzy Państwo, i towarzyszy Michał, dyrektor zawodu.
Tak wygląda najlepsza trójka, najlepsze kobiety. Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. Zwycięzczyni Lisa Norden. Chwila dla fotoreporterów. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Drodzy Państwo, to jest niezwykła chwila w tym trudnym czasie, w którym możemy gratulować tym znakomitym zawodniczkom. Najlepsze wśród pań, wśród pro i za chwilę najlepsi zawodnicy. Będą Państwo to wszystko mogli obejrzeć również w internecie, a tymczasem Ola Jędrzejewska już...
Okay, thank you ladies, thank you so much.
Ola, gratulacje. Wszystko
Congratulations once again. It was a great job.
Dziękujemy Paniom. Thank you so much.
I za moment dekoracja najlepszych ludzi z żelaza. Na dystansie połowy Ironmana.
Już wędrują symboliczne czeki na poszczególne stopnie podium, po to, aby każdy z nich mógł...
Guys, we've just had the ladies award ceremony. I apologise for my small mistake there. I was slightly misinformed. I did say Poland represented us for the third place, and unfortunately that is not the case. As we just saw, third place went, of course, to, it was Kimberly Morrison from the UK, which, hey, I don't mind, I'm English, I'm happy for Kimberly to be in third place there. But yeah, sorry, I mixed things up just a little bit there. So we had Lisa Norden coming in first, $2,000 US, not too bad for a winning prize after a day's work. Now we're looking at the men. And of course, we know what's happening with the men.
Zwycięzcą Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia ze znakomitym wynikiem 3 godzin 42 minut 37 sekund został reprezentant Danii Magnus Winkler.
Uśmiechy ukryte za maseczkami, ale na pewno bardzo się cieszą.
Nagrody wręcza Przemysław Galecki, dyrektor Wiejskiego Centrum Sportu, oraz Michał Melik, dyrektor Enea IRONMAN 70.3 Gdynia. Ależ mocni zawodnicy dali z siebie wszystko. Walczyli na całego. Super wyniki, niesamowite rezultaty. Dziękujemy. Thank you so much. It was incredible performance.
As you can hear in the background, incredible performance from the men and women today. Not just the pro athletes, but also the age groups as well. The age groups are still competing at this very moment. They haven't crossed the finish line just yet, but they will very soon. And again, fantastic performance from everybody. But as we saw, top prize today, $2,000. And of course, that went to Marcus Ditlev. So very surprising outcome. Not something we expected at all. Thomas Davis in second place from the UK. and Patrick Leng from Germany in third place. So absolutely amazing results. And of course, women, just going back to the women, we had Lisa in first place, Caroline in second. Okay, let's go quickly to the running course. So there are many athletes still on the run course right now, both pros and age ranges. Unfortunately though, guys, we are coming to the end of this broadcast, and to keep up with the results, of course, you will find the results on the Ironman website later on. So even if you have friends or family participating in today, you'll be able to find their results a little bit later online when they pass through the finish line. However, right now we see, yes, the women pounding the tarmac. But like I said, this is going straight up the high street in Gdynia. As you see, the sun is out, but there's only a slight gradient on this high street right now. Fantastic result for everybody today, and really very unexpected result from the men. As you can see, and as we were talking with our first guest, Piotr, the organizer, it is possible to organize such events. Okay, even during this time of crisis and during this pandemic, it is still possible. Yes, we have precautions. Yes, it's not exactly the same as last year. It's not the same atmosphere, but as you can see, there are a lot of people behind me down at the finish line who have gathered there anyway. Okay, guys, unfortunately, this is coming to an end. Now, it has been absolutely fantastic. I know it's been a short broadcast this time, but generally next year we hope it will be much longer. But we've seen some fantastic results from men and women, and don't forget, there are still the age groups still going through the course right now. Please keep motivated for them and just show them your support. You will be able to see the results a little bit later, but for now, have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. If in your part of the world it is still Sunday, and we hope to see you again next year, and very soon next year for more Ironmans to come. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again very soon.
Energia!
Sport to charakter.
Sport to rywalizacja.
Sport to piękne widoki.
Sport to tylko młodość.
Sport to współpraca.
Sport to biznes.
Sport to radość.
Sport to społeczność.
logistyce, podobnie jak w sporcie, najważniejsza jest synchronizacja. W VGL Group wiemy, jak ogromne znaczenie ma precyzja i zgranie zespołu. Jesteśmy wiodącym polskim operatorem logistycznym, realizującym zlecenia na całym świecie. Patrzymy dalej, widzimy więcej, dostarczamy pewniej. VGL Group.
Years. Behind each step, bike ride, stroke, drop of sweat, achievement, defeat, because they're part of the game too. 40 years of experience and research in the field, working alongside amateurs and professionals so that we can offer you an innovative, high-quality sports nutrition system. Enovit Sport, the nutrition system, before, during, after sports.